us ready to go. Day one, we're travelling the northwest coast of Ireland. We're going to Mary Carpenter's cottage. Settle time is about in around 2.5 hours, and the travel distance is in around 1 hour and 126 miles.
Well, this is day one of our All Ireland trip, and we're heading up to the northwest coast of Donegal. So really looking forward to it. This will be our first trip ever, road trip ever, on the Harley Davidsons. So it's been pretty manic this morning, getting everything together and getting camera equipment and microphones and everything set up. But really looking forward to it. So, as I say, saddle time today about 2.5 hours. We'll probably stop off on the way somewhere for a cup of coffee and a sandwich, and hopefully the weather will hold out for us.
Hoggin the Isle 2020. Here it comes. Wow and wow. Coming down a narrow road, coming around a bend, I cut into the right, and I went down a divot, and I skidded on mud and she went down on one side. But thank God there's no damage to the bike, amazingly. So, and I wasn't going fast, so it just goes to show you, even the country roads, you have to be very careful because of the green foliage, or the green what's the best way to describe it, moss, very mossy in the middle of the road, and you kind of got, it was very narrow. But live to tell the tale. Day one. Wow. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Gary, come in here.
Why?
You're going to need a ladder.
I'm going to need a ladder.
You're going to need a ladder.
Okay.
Right. Really show you. This is the bedroom here. Right.
Right.
Right. That's your bed.
Okay.
Right, now how are you getting up there?
There's a chair there.
Oh, there's a chair beside.
I'm good to go. Eddie, I know you specifically left that chair so I could put it there to get up onto the bed.
Well, here, you may take that bed because that's the smaller one.
You wonder why I've stayed friends with him all these years, Eddie, wouldn't you?
Well, the history of the cottage here about the famine times, the people here, the odd groups used to live about 2 miles away. There was about 8 houses down in the 2 miles from here, and then they all moved away from that, and they all got their small holdings,
Yeah.
and that's how come. And there was four brothers here, and there were four brothers and one daughter, and two brothers went to America, and they were never heard from again, and two stayed here and they became carpenters themselves, and they used to make carts and all that. That's why the workshops out there, that's what that was.
So the sisters, did they immigrated to America? I think they immigrated to America.
No, the sister worked in dairy for years, and but she never got married.
Yeah, yeah.
And eventually she came back here, and she lived here then on her own. Then her brothers died, and she lived here on her own till she was 95.
95.
Wow. Did she die in the house?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it haunted?
Right. No.
Thank God for that.
No, she didn't die in the house. She died in hospital.
So they would have been living here during the time of the famine then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes way, way, way back. This, like, you know.
Yeah.
This was actually originally. This was two houses.
Yeah.
There was one section up there because you don't usually have two windows
Yeah.
in them here, and one of them was a doorway as well.
Yeah.
So one had.
You see, I heard about that, and the thing about the windows was that they never had their windows too big because they had a tax on the size of your window.
The landlords.
Isn't that right? There was a
Yeah.
landlord's tax
The-
on the size
yeah.
of the window, so they made the windows small.
They made
Yeah.
them small,
Yeah.
and they didn't put many in.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the way they were taxed. You know.
Right, Eddie. So Eddie's about to put the shell ducks to bed. 7 o'clock at night, which is their bedtime. So there you are now. Let me have a wee look here just before you put the hatch down. Right? So there we are. There's the wee shell ducks, and they're all the way into bed. See, Eddie has this knack. He just comes and he says to them, what do you say to them, Eddie?
Yeah, just tell them it's bedtime.
It's bedtime. And away they go to bed. So there you are now. The ducks is away to bed for the night, and that's them settled for the night. So I'm just sitting here, Gary's over here on his mobile phone. And we're having a wee drink. And look at that for scenery. Absolutely beautiful. One of the reasons why I love this country so much. There are too many youngsters out there today that don't know the beauty of their own country. Look at this. And here, this is our accommodation for this evening. See, this is the beauty of Ireland. And for me and best buddy to travel around this country on two Harleys, 55 years of age. Beautiful. Look at this. No. You live there? Right, anyway, sorry, right, because of sorry about that, right, because we have a live here, and then we have a camera here recording, right?
Yeah, we have, yeah. We have.
We're just sitting,
Hold on. So we're live, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, we're just sitting out in Mary Carpenter's cottage here, right? And I mean, look at this, right? And Gary, I played flat ice, listen, right? And I've absolutely such a passion for Ireland. But Gary has asked me to play this tune.
And this is being filmed for a documentary as well?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I have Facebook Live here, and then I have the documentary camera on me here. And this song is an old Irish lament, and it's called Rushing Down. Okay, folks. So this is day one of the Ireland road trip, and we have decided to do a dairy cam. But because it's such a small cottage, we opted to have the toilet as the dairy room, and I think it's very innovative. And but anyhow, myself and Gary were sitting tonight, and a few beverages were consumed after such a successful day and such a fantastic day on the drive up here to the cottage in Donegal. That for the first time in my life I've ever heard anyone say to me from their own mind when we were talking about ducks, and this person said to me, "What do ducks do?" Quack quack. But he was serious. We were talking about the ducks in the front garden. Anyhow, that's my daddy cat. This is what I'm living with for 4 days. This is really what I'm living with for 4 days. Oh my god, right. Somebody get on. Help.
That's your battery power. Check that out.
Jared, you look like, no offence mate, but you do look like shit.
Kind of feel
I'm
like it.
turning mine on now.
Okay, day 2, we are heading to Donegal village from here. This cottage behind us, absolutely amazing, and the saddle time is probably in around 2.5 to 3 hours, and the distance is probably about 180 miles via the coastal route.
Right. So today we're going to be heading, as Gary said, we're going to be heading to Donegal town. We're going to be going there. First of all, we're going to stop off at Glenevan Waterfalls, and then down to Dunree Head Lighthouse. From there down through Falcara, through Letterkenny, Falcara, Carrigart, and up into Gweedore and Minachlady, the Gaeltacht area. So it should be interesting up there. Very beautiful up there. Yeah, that's lovely.
Well, buddy, we've walked about 3/4 of a mile. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Wee doddle. Would you
Why,
reckon?
why is it that all the most beautiful things in life are all uphill?
That's life for you, unfortunately. With me, it's all downhill. Do I need to ring an ambulance? Do I need to ring airlift control? Area rescue?
Air ambulance?
Air ambulance? I mean, look, that's proof. Sweat. Soaking
No.
wet.
But I had more Jack Daniels than you last night.
This is, well, that's debatable, but after seeing the state of you this morning, I would have to agree with you.
Yeah, it was bad this morning.
Brilliant.
Okay.
What?
You get the feeling you're being followed.
Sometimes, yeah. It's a funny smell. What's that smell?
I don't know. But I feel like something, I just feel like there's this set of eyes.
But it feels very woolly.
Did you fart?
No, was it your stomach?
No. Did you
You,
hear that?
you were on the curry last night?
Did you hear that?
No. That was me. That was my tummy. Yeah.
It must have been that spaghetti bolognese last night.
Jared, there's a friggin'
Ram.
Ram? What does that mean, ram? It's gonna ram you?
That means run.
Honestly, it's actually
coming, it's running after us. It's running after us, Gary.
oh shit! Jared! Stay! Oh shit! It's not every day you get chased by a friggin' ram.
With a hangover.
It's still coming too.
It's got evil eyes.
Here, that's Northern Ireland for you. And
This
same
is
to you, with
Donegal.
bells on
It'll be
it.
Northern Ireland. This is
Oh
Donegal.
shit, I read enough. I'm only testing you.
Alright.
We're heading to the lighthouse. We're about 20 miles from the lighthouse. I'm going to record on the road. Day 2. So, Gaz's diary, day 2. Mr. Hughes, what did he do today? Well, basically what happened was that in the cottage, he was taking the wind me up about the sides of the bed being very high, so the beds were quite high. So the next morning he was getting out of bed and he forgot how high I was, and he went to put his feet on the ground and he fell over on his ass. So that's Mr. Hughes. Why not? Apart from that, really good day. We went to through Letterkenny, beautiful city, or beautiful town, and the people are so friendly as well. So we're going into day 3. Who knows what will happen? See you later.
Do you know this river here that runs through Donegal town? That's one of the best salmon rivers in Ireland.
Seriously?
Yeah. See, if you look at the speed of the flow, if you look at the bubbles going down, you see the speed of the flow?
Yeah.
That runs out there into Donegal Bay, and you have all of the salmon waiting out on the bay. It's a tidal river, and because it's flowing so fast like that tells you, looking at it, that the tide's on its way out. Right? So see, as tidal comes in, you get the salmon then running up the river to spawn, and they go up to places like the River Eny at Ischky and the River Eny at Frosses and whatnot. But yeah, I've had some really great fishing memories from here.
Legal or illegal? Or both?
Legal, of course.
Of course. You wouldn't do anything like that, you wouldn't, Mr. Hughes?
Although I did get caught once fishing without a
Well,
license.
there you go.
Just once. Right.
Day 3, Westport. Saddle time 2.5 hours. Distance about 130 miles. You're finally here. This is the place you wanted to come.
This was my reason for coming to Westport. As a traditional Irish music player, play the traditional Irish flute. This guy here, the guy that owns this pub, Matt Malloy, he is synonymous throughout the world as, in my view, he has to be the best traditional flute player that there ever was. Unfortunately, when we arrived in Westport, due to this COVID-19, this world epidemic, he closed. But if you ever get the opportunity, check it on YouTube, Matt Malloy, the Mason's Apron, and you'll understand what I'm saying to you.
Where are we, Jared?
Now we're in Ayr Square in Galway. This is the main hub of Galway. So here we'll stop here. We'll have a coffee and a croissant.
I've always wanted to come here. It's my first time here, but I've heard so many stories about a lot of bikers coming down here as well. But such a lovely ride down. It took us probably, well, we were too busy talking on our head cams with Mr. Turnham. So that was my fault, because Jared was following me, and we passed him. I had to go down about another 30 miles. We just decided to come on down to here anyway. But at least it's dry anyway. So far so good.
Yeah, it's very strict down here with regards to COVID. I mean,
I've seen that.
strictly anywhere you go here, it's strictly by moving.
Probably Donegal wouldn't be as strict. It's a wee bit more laid back. Whether there's different rules and regulations down there, we don't really know. But for Donegal, I would certainly recommend going there. It is an amazing place. So the Abbey Hotel that we stayed at on day 2 down in Donegal. But what would you give it for value for money?
Value for money, I would give it 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Absolutely, 10 out of 10.
Yep.
I think it works out with a breakfast for a room per night about €75, and that's for 2 people.
Yeah.
Right,
That's pretty good.
with breakfast.
Yeah. What was the name of the pub across the road? There's a wee pub across the road from the Abbey Hotel. Abbey Hotel? Thanks. There's a wee pub across the road from the Abbey Hotel. It's basically in a square, and we stayed the second night there, and it's absolutely fantastic. They have an amazing beer garden as well, and it's all cobblestones. So anyone that's ever down there, check it out, guys. It's fantastic. Yeah. McClafferty's, yeah, and it's a very cool place. The staff is amazing. They look after you really well, and the food's pretty nice as well. I think the drinks is better than the food, to be honest with you. But we had a good night. So we've stopped off at Skeith Late Bar and Kitchen, and we're outside the, what do you call that square?
Air Square.
And I have to say, I had a cauliflower soup there, and it was absolutely delicious. Jared, what's the food like?
I had a Cajun chicken wrap, and it's died for.
And of course, you're on the soft drinks. You're keeping that for later tonight.
Soft drinks.
I'm on the water as well.
So, yeah, so getting ready now for second leg of day 4.
Day 4, yeah, or day 4.
Day 4, yeah. Day 4. Flies in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to head up the coast, and we're going to do a tour of the Quiet Man area. You know, a lot of the scenes, the locations that were filmed in the Quiet Man. So, yeah, looking forward to that.
So, Skeith Late Bar and Kitchen. What do you give it? A thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up? Yeah. For me, I give it a thumb as well. So if you're down here, check it out. Food's lovely. So next stop, day 4, is we're going to Clifton, and that is where the copy of the John Wayne cottage is, but just
The copy of Clifton's in a coffee shop.
all right, okay.
The replica of the John Wayne Quiet Man cottage is at Mancroft.
Well, Mr. H, what's wrong?
Somebody's pencil glasses. Or my sunglasses.
I doubt they would pinch him. They'd probably feel sorry for you and left you some money.
Well, if they knew they came out of the parent shop, they probably would have. They probably think they bought like Oakleys or something like that, you know.
Yeah, or maybe they've seen you wearing them and setting them down. They've done you a favour by getting rid of them.
Well, maybe sunglasses for Britain.
There's another pound shop over there. You want to grab another?
Where she died, Oliver's one. I go to the Clyde, and I'm on and wait. For satisfied, I never can be. Then I write her a letter, just a few short lines, and then suffer death 1,000 times. For black is the colour, thank you, of my true love's hair. Our lips alive.
Just look at the view behind me. It's all right. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing.
Right now we're at the site where the original Quiet Man cottage was. People think that the one at Kong is the Quiet Man cottage. That's not, that's a replica. This is the original Quiet Man cottage, and unfortunately it has gone to ruin. It was bought by an American person who, I believe the story, he would like the Irish Tourist Board to pay to restore it, and until they do, unfortunately it lies here as a derelict. The name of it is Whitemorn.
Is there any stones left on them?
You can follow
Foundation?
the past. The building is there, the roof and all is gone.
Oh, right. So the brickwork's still there?
The brickwork is still there, yes.
Oh, happy
Right.
days.
Just over here is the river where they used to, where the wee stepping stones were.
Yes.
Across the river.
Yes.
Yep.
I remember it, yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll bring you over here and
Let's see.
then we'll have to climb the fence here.
You sure you can climb it? Saying you're 75 years of age.
You just check and see is it electrified.
Just watch.
No. It's not.
Just waiting for you to fall over here. Oh, nicely done, Mr. Hughes, nicely done. I'll just open the gate.
Oh, classic.
Why do I bother with this man? I have no idea.
This is the river here where the stepping stones were. In fact, the stepping stones are still here.
Oh my lord. Shall we follow the footsteps?
Yeah, you can just walk in front.
Yeah, but you're Boer. I'm John Wayne. Do you want to follow me here just in case I go my hoop? You'd love that, wouldn't you? Here, George, take a photograph of me walking the stones.
Go.
This is difficult. Oh! You get it?
Yeah.
Is it a good one? Yeah.
So this would have been the wee laneway up to it, with a cart would have come up with all of John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara's furniture.
And that's the stepping stones that bounced across, and I've just done it as well. So much history in this. Why is it land here to ruin?
The guy that bought it, he's an American, and he refuses to restore it unless the Irish Tourist Board pay for it. So there's a whole
Is this it here?
row and argument going on. This is Whitemorn.
Is that the actual house?
Yeah. Now if you
John Wayne Cottage.
correct, and if you picture back to the movie, right? This is the front door. So if you remember the famous scene where he kicked the bedroom door in and the bed collapsed.
Yes.
Well, he came into the house through the front door, turned to the left, and kicked the door in the bedroom.
Wow. That's amazing.
So this is the original Quiet Man house.
So much history in this house.
Yeah, this
And
is
it's
the
land off.
fireplace here.
Nobody knows it's here.
Very few know that it's here.
So this would have been the living room then?
This was the living room, and this is where Maureen O'Hara's organ would have been, right? And then here there was her best table in China, and over here is where Maureen O'Hara and John Wayne would have sat in front of the fire smoking the cigarette. This would have been the fireplace here.
It's mad. I'm gonna take a stone.
Amazing, isn't it?
I'm gonna take a stone.
Well, yeah, take a stone. Yep.
What's wrong with you now?
What's wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong with me. See, when you were busy filming me climbing over the gate, and you said, "Well, sure, I'll just open the gate." Right?
Yes.
Come here and have a look.
Yes, but what I left it open for is right. Stand over there a wee second.
Yeah.
Stand over there. Okay. I want to see you climb over it again.
No, you're not seeing me climbing over again. I'm getting out of here before the farmer comes, because you've let out all of his sheep are running around Connemara somewhere.
Well, here they'll end up in somebody's boot on somebody's dining room table. So
That's okay.
Oh shit, so I have.
I told you. Let's get out of here quick.
Joe, I'll follow you.
Get on my bike. Do you ever hear the old saying, "Get on your bike"? I'm getting on my bike.
And take a hike.
Oh yeah.
Jared, The Marina, Westport.
Yeah, it's a beautiful hotel. It is a beautiful, it's a what they call a boutique hotel.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful hotel. It's
What would-
only new apparently. I think it's only new, and
What would you give it out of 10?
I'd probably give it an 8. Breakfast was fantastic. The rooms are second to none. The rooms are beautiful, lovely showers and whatnot, lovely clean. The world news is for me. The 2 points is the decor inside the hotel. It's all very white. It's all very clinical, but it has underground parking. It's in a good location. It's just around the corner from Matt Malloy's pub. Yeah, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10.
The Mariner Westport Hotel. Westport itself, it's a small, cute little town. Probably a lot of people would drive through here and they would stop off for, I mean, you can see why. There's loads of restaurants, and we've been to a couple of restaurants, and the food is second rate to none. It is a lovely wee town. And the Mariner, out of 10 I would give it probably about a 7. The rooms, a bit small compared to other rooms that we've stayed in, but then we've stayed in hotels with small rooms and that again. So I would recommend, if you're stopping off or you're going through and you need a place to stop off, check out the Mariner Hotel.
Mr. Hughes,
Yeah.
Hoggin the Isle 2020. The day after the night before, the 4 days that we've spent on the road. How do you feel?
Battered.
You look battered.
Battered. But what an experience. We've had the highs, we've had the lows, we've went from one extreme to another, we've had amazing weather.
We laughed, we cried.
Laughed, cried. We've had amazing weather, we've had some really horrible weather, but this is something that is going to stay with me for the rest of my life. This was an experience.
Yeah,
Okay, Mr. Waters, you're looking a wee bit battered yourself this morning.
absolutely. I feel it. I feel like I've run the marathon 6 times over. I mean, you were talking to me last night and I fell asleep. That's how tired I was. But no, thing about it this morning, when you think back over well, we're heading home today, but the 4 previous days of what we experienced, what we went through, sitting on the bike for many hours, driving through mountains, you think of a lot of things, and you just realise, you know, moments like that's very precious in life, and life's very short, and it's your time to enjoy it. So for me, crazy adventure, and roll on 2021, hogging the oil, hogging the isle.